I am your host, Robert.
And I am Jackie.
What's today's movie?
Tonight we are reviewing... Fuck.
No, that's not the name of it.
Let Me In.
That's it!
Hooray! Which is a remake of Let the Right One In from 2008.
And this movie was made...
2010.
Just 2 years later. It's directed by Matt Reeves, who you may know directed Cloverfield.
Right.
There's 3 main stars, just like the original movie that they're remaking. Cody Smith-McPhee plays Owen. I don't know why they didn't keep the same name as the original movie. He's 12. You won't recognize him in this movie, but he went on to, he's a successful actor. Among his other roles, he plays Nightcrawler in some of the X-Men movies.
I did not know that.
Well, you won't recognize him because he's covered in like fur and really dark makeup and fake ears and stuff. He's got a tail in those movies. The young actress that you might recognize is Chloe Grace Moretz.
Love her.
She,
Great.
around the same time, although I think this movie came out first, she played Hit Girl in Kick-Ass, the first one, and then the sequel Kick-Ass 2. Also, Dylan Mignette's in it from 13 Reasons Why, which I think is on Netflix. But I haven't seen it. Did you watch that one?
I've seen a few episodes.
Okay. Richard Jenkins plays, he would have been called Hakan in the original movie. I don't think they use his name in this one. He's sort of the helper, vampire's helper. Not to be confused with Hamburger Helper. But he's a great sort of character actor that he's been in a lot of things. I remember him as the dad from the television series 6 Feet Under, but he also plays dad roles a lot, I guess. He plays the dad in Step Brothers.
Oh.
Very funny movie.
So the movie was actually set in Los Alamos, New Mexico in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Hammer Films production.
Hammer Film!
Hammer Films. And the word vampire, can you guess? How many times do you think it's
Is it like the original movie?
Like the original movie.
Once.
Once. One time.
Yep.
Just once.
You're too young. You don't remember any Hammer films unless you caught them on late night cable. But Hammer Productions in the UK, they made movies, I don't know, back into the 1930s. But in the 1960s and 70s, they became famous for monster movies with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, and they made Dracula and Son of Dracula and the Dog of Dracula and Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Pantry and all that, just millions of these movies.
And they've moved on to vampires.
I might have made some of those names up. And now in the 2000s, 2010, they made another vampire movie. It's like classic stuff. Vampires never get old. I will say this about this movie. Sometimes it's a shot-for-shot remake of the original. I ain't kidding. Shot-for-shot. Same dialogue. But other times, they take some liberties with the original source material. By original source material, I mean the movie from 2008, not the book. If anything, they move a little bit away from the book. Like I said in the last review, that the original movie, Ellie, the vampire, because it's a different name in this one, Abby, was arguably a little boy that had been castrated when he was turned into a vampire. In this one, there's some deleted scenes that the general public don't get to see. I get to see them because I'm connected. But it's clear that Abby was always a little girl in this movie. So there's none of that gender questioning like there was maybe in the first movie. Bosom alert! At 12 minutes in, it's through a telescope. There's a little subplot with the police. There's murders going on. Sometimes it's a vampire, sometimes it's the vampire's helper. It's a horror movie. Sorry if that spoiled it.
Murders.
There's murders. And so there's a police subplot where there's only one cop in the whole movie, and he's a detective and he's trying to track down, who's killing everything. So he gets more. There's no cop in the first movie. And they also, even though some of the stuff is shot for shot the same, they edited it. Did you notice this? So they start the movie in the middle of the story.
I did notice that.
And then for the first scene or so, and then they catch everybody up kind of with a really long flashback, and then you're back in mainstream.
I liked that they did it that way.
Well, it's different than the original movie, and it's different in a good way. Different isn't always bad, folks. And the father figure, who was Hakan in the original movie, he gets more of a story arc in this one, I think. Yeah.
We do learn more about him in this one.
And he gets more lines, and I think he gets more screen time than the original movie. And it was good. I mean, Richard Jenkins is a great actor. Oh, so when he does his dirty work, he puts a garbage bag over his head, presumably so he doesn't get covered in blood. That was his idea. That was the actor's idea. And the director said, "That's a great idea. We'll go with that." Matt Reeves. He said, "We'll go with that." However, I have a little criticism.
About the garbage bag?
No, not the garbage bag, but just the movie in general. Look, I'm not against remakes. When we do double feature Fridays, usually we do an original and a remake, and very frequently the remakes are 30 years newer than the original movie.
This one, 2 years later.
Dos años.
Could have been a long 2 years though, Robert. You don't know.
Let's say it was 2 years and 11 months, almost 3 years. Still too soon. I will say this though, a lot of remakes suck. This remake does not suck. It's faithful to the original material. It holds up very well. It does have some uniqueness to the editing and some script additions. But then I say, why bother? I think the original one was better.
So this was a no for you.
Did you like the original one better or the remake better?
I enjoyed the remake more.
Is it just because you know Chloe Grace Moretz and you're a fangirl?
Possibly. I could possibly be fangirling. That could be it.
I mean, I'm a big fan, but
But
I don't let that cloud my judgment.
I like the way they fast forward. They start in the beginning of the story. In the middle of the story.
I mean, it's editing. Every movie's edited. So, sure, I give them props for that. But it's 2 years, woman. It's just 2 years. Why didn't they just take the original and fucking dub it in English instead of Swedish? I mean, whatever. The pool scene, there's another pool. It's the same pool scene. I think it was done better in the original than in the remake.
I could agree with that. But I'm still a fan of the second one.
Okay.
I like that.
I think you're blinded by the star power of Chloe Grace Moretz.
Maybe.
Lines from the movie. Just so you know, I can't be your friend.
Wow. I bet you heard that a lot growing up.
I did.
Would you still like me even if I wasn't a girl?
You still have those? Yes! Are you a Satanist? Are you involved in some kind of a cult?
Are you a scared little girl? Stay away from the holes.
Why do you keep telling me that? Oh, it's from the movie.
Give me the stick.
Later. So this is a remake. So we're gonna remake our little gag.
Are you a vampire, Abby?
No. Again. Are you a vampire again?
No.
Again.
Again. Alright, Robert, talk about the big goof in the video arcade.
Yeah. Some of the scenes take place in a video arcade. Actually, Chloe Grace's older brother plays the video game arcade attendant. But the goof is, and this is just horrible. I mean, this is way worse than a blood spatter moving from here to there. Little Owen is playing Ms. Pac-Man. But the sound effects are from Pac-Man.
How could they confuse the two?
What's up with that? I mean... It's a good movie. It's faithful to the original. It's just too soon. I'm going to give it 3 pumpkins out of 5.
No. We need another pumpkin. 4. Definitely 4, because I like it better than
She likes the remake better, folks. I don't. 3 or 4. It's up to you.
4.
3.
4.
If you enjoy the October Moviefest countdown, you should be sure to check out allmediatv.com, where there's other Robert vehicles.